thunder, I be feeling like I'm chill. You switch up like KD.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 8 of the Fan Take. I'm Kam. That's Tweety as usual. Coming at you with another good episode. But first, we have to talk about the NCAA tournament finals, both women and men. In the women's finals, South Carolina Gamecocks defeated the Iowa Hawkeyes 87-75 this past Sunday night, winning the College Women's National Championship. With South Carolina's 38-0 season, the Gamecocks became the 10th team in the 5th women's program to go unbeaten since NCAA began governing women's sports in 1982 season. This was Coach Don Staley's 3rd national championship in 7 years. In the last 2 seasons combined, South Carolina is 7-4-1, only losing Caitlin Clark and the Hawkeyes in last year's Final Four. Getting to the game, I know you watched the game. Well, both of us watched the game. What was your some of your key takeaways about the game?
Iowa team completely sold this game. they didn't play like Iowa, man. South Carolina, they just came out busting. Not from the start, because the start, Caitlin Clark was hot. The first quarter, it was amazing. But, after the first quarter, Caitlin Clark slowed down, and Iowa just never picked it up. The rest of the squad never picked it up, and they never helped at all. And it was just an overall bad game for Iowa.
Yeah, I agree. Looking at it, like you mentioned, Caitlin Clark, she came out hot. It was a stretch 5 minutes in the first quarter where she hit 13 straight points. She had 18 points in the first quarter, 21 at the half. And then, after halftime, she just got just slowed down. South Carolina, they did what I talked about LSU should have did last week, where, just send girls at her. LSU, they kept trying to go one-on-one, having Haley Van Lille trying to fight against the screens to get to Caitlin Clark, and it just wasn't working. South Carolina, they had bodies to throw at Caitlin Clark, and and then another thing too, not only were they able to defend Caitlin Clark very well, have chuck up shots out of desperation, they was able to score on their own. They led the game in rebounding. South Carolina, they out-rebounded Iowa 51-29. And you're not winning many games being out-rebounded 51-29. Camila Cardoso, she was great. Double-double, 15 points, 17 rebounds, 3 blocks. Tessa Johnson off the bench came out with 19. Another thing that was wrong with Iowa was that they didn't have no bench production at all, which isn't surprising, but the bench literally scored 0 points. And another question I want to ask you was, what do you think this does for her legacy? She's broken a lot of records. She's scored a lot of points, but she hasn't been able to win a championship last 2 years. So what do you think that means for her legacy?
Nothing at all. I
You don't think so?
It would have solidified it. But I mean, you still get the jersey retirement. You're still the best person in that sports of all time. Nobody's probably gonna come better.
I don't know about that.
Man, come on, man. She's
I don't know about that.
Come on.
I don't know about that, bro.
Who's better?
Breonna Stewart and Cheryl Swoops.
More points.
You do realize Cheryl Swoops dropped 47 in the women's final, right?
That don't mean nothing, bro.
Oh, come on, bro.
Most points.
If Caitlin Clark would have had a day, if Caitlin Clark would have had a day like Cheryl Swoops had when she led her Texas Tech team to a championship, she would have overtook Cheryl Swoops. And then Breonna Stewart, it's gonna be hard to beat Breonna Stewart because Breonna Stewart literally won 4 championships in 4 years. It's gonna be hard to beat. It's gonna be hard for somebody to come back and beat that, bro.
Bro, you just talking.
How?
You just talking.
All right, bro. All right, so let's get to the men's final. UConn Huskies defeated the Purdue Boilermakers 75-60 to secure back-to-back college basketball national championships. The first team since the Florida Gators 2006-2007, and only the 7th school all time to achieve this feat of winning back-to-back national championships. They have set the record for the greatest point differential in the NCAA tournament with plus 140 and are now 17-1 all time in national championship games. What was some of your key takeaways from this game?
Man, UConn was just unstoppable, man. Purdue, I mean, too much of an old style type of play. They was just getting it to Edey, and Edey was kicking it out. They didn't make. I think they were like 3 for 21 for the game from 3-point line. I mean, you're not gonna win too many games like that, especially not against a UConn team that's decent at guarding the paint. But Zach Edey ate him alive, and he just wasn't able to do it by himself. I mean, he had 37 points. So you can't just say he had a bad game, but at the same time, like it looked like he had a bad game because the people around him, they just wasn't helping. More like Caitlin Clark's situation.
Yeah, it was definitely Caleb Clark's situation, but much worse. Obviously, Edey came out 37 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, but he scored 61.7% of Purdue's points. The whole rest of the team scored 23. He outscored his entire team. He broke the record for the most points scored by a player on a losing team in a championship game. But yeah, I mean, it just wasn't close. I think the first half, the first end of the first half score was kind of sort of close, but when you watch the game, you can tell that UConn was just head above shoulders above Purdue. And another thing that's great about UConn is that a lot of their points was scattered around. Obviously, Tristan Newton led the way with 20 points, but other guys had 10, 15, 17, and things of that nature. So it was guys all around the court scoring for UConn and Purdue. It was either or else. So another question I want to ask you is, obviously there's a lot of talk has been going on about Edey not going that high in the draft this year, especially for this year to be considered to be a more lower draft on the scale than other years. What do you think about Zach Edey being projected to go so low?
This is not a bad draft. This is a great draft. And I just want to say, when you got guys like William Young coming in the league, you got Chet in the league, you got those smaller centers. You got to get a guy like Edey. He can defend those taller, lengthier guys that like to move around the perimeter. He plays a lot. He has great endurance, and he's tall with size. You got to get a guy like Edey early, man. For a team like the Warriors or like the Lakers, like they could use a guy like Edey, bro. Like certain teams can use a guy like Edey.
Yeah, I think Edey would be a nice pro. The only problem with Edey is that in today's NBA, they're looking at guys that taller, lanky guys that can shoot threes, as faster, get up and down the court. Edey, traditional, long, lanky big man. He don't really do all that. So I think that's one of the things they're looking at. I think he can be sort of a Rudy Gobert type, where that can be in the paint, protect the rim, give other teams big man problems. But I think a lot of the hesitation for a lot of NBA teams so far is just his inability to shoot and his foot speed. So it'll be interesting.
He can't go left.
But he's not getting up. But he's not getting up down the court like Giannis and Wembanyama though.
He's moving at a decent speed for his size.
He moves at decent speed for his size. But when people are looking at, I want a lottery pick, they want a guy that's his size that moves faster. You know what I'm saying?
He's not a lottery pick. He I give him like up in the 20s type. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's projected around the mid-20s or something. I want to say. I know we talked about it in one of the previous episodes, but he projected one of the mid-20s. But the thing that people are looking at is you have a guy that's one of the best players in the country in college, and he's leading his team to the finals, but he's not considered to be a lottery pick, and that's alarming for a lot of people. A nice fun topic to talk about, a sport that we don't usually cover on this show, is wrestling. And this past weekend, the 40th anniversary of wrestling biggest show, WrestleMania 40, took place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on Saturday and Sunday night. in Lincoln Financial Stadium. The gate for the event was up 78% compared to the previous record set during WrestleMania 39, with 145,298 people in attendance across both nights. Viewership was also up 41% versus last year, and merchandise sales were up more than 20% versus last year. WWE's YouTube channel had its biggest day ever on Sunday with 67 million views in 24 hours. A lot of this has to do with the conclusion of the Bloodline storyline. The Bloodline storyline was basically began in August 2020 with Roman Reigns winning the WWE Championship. Um, Reign lasted for 1,316 days. This storyline and the title reign included many different Hall of Fame and future Hall of Fame superstars and many different twists and turns. Most recently this year, the inclusion of the returning Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Um, and going into the conclusion of the storyline, Cody Rhodes won the WWE Universal Championship, defeating the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and Sunday night's main event officially putting an end to Roman Reigns' record-breaking title reign. This match included interferences by Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, John Cena, The Rock, and The Undertaker. Following the victory, Jey Uso, Randy Orton, John Cena, LA Knight, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and CM Punk, all good guys that have been beaten by Roman or been affected by the bloodline, came out to celebrate with Cody. Very important historical night in wrestling and sports entertainment. What are some of your takeaways about this long title reign ending and Cody Rhodes finishing his story to become the WWE Universal Champion?
67 million views that's more than Mr. Beast doing today, man. That's a lot. So I guess it had to be very entertaining. I mean, I used to be a big wrestling guy, a big WWE guy. So I've seen, Roman Reigns beat all those guys. But, it was way back in the days. I probably haven't watched since 2020 when he won the championship. So, just keep that in mind. I mean, a lot of great guys coming back, though. I think this is why the viewership. You got Kevin Owens in there, CM Punk. I haven't seen him wrestle since, he retired the other time. Undertaker, The Rock, John Cena, Seth Rollins, those guys that when it was at its peak, those guys was wrestling. So I mean, when you bring those guys back, you expect the same thing to happen.
Yeah, I mean, how old were you in August 2020? Do you remember how old you was?
August 2020?
Yeah.
I would be 16. Yeah, 16.
I was 15. So this was a very long time. I was a completely different person in August 2020. So, this, is unfathomable. I want to say only two people that have had reigns longer than, three people. I want to say it's Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, Bruno Sammartino. So for somebody to have a title in this modern era with social media and all these TV deals and networks and YouTube and all this other stuff, it's just almost unimaginable that somebody can have a championship reign for this long. And I've been in and out of wrestling over the last 4 years, but I mostly kept up with most of the storylines. And the bloodline thing with Paul Heyman and Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso joining in, so they little brother Solo Sikoa joining in, and Jey Uso and Jimmy turn on Roman, and Jimmy coming back, but Jey still out, and then John Cena come and fight Roman, and Goldberg came and fight Roman. Once he fought Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan, Edge. He's beaten a lot of legends across across these 4 years that he's been champion, 3.5 years he's been champion. And Cody Rhodes came back. Once that was 2022, and set out to win a WWE championship for his family, and finally all concluded this year with The Rock coming back, turning heel, joining The Rock, and joining Roman and all that. cousins or whatever. It was just a lot, and in today's age with social media and stuff, and got The Rock, who's a superstar in movies and TV shows across the world. It was just all the right mix to be the record breaking event that it was, and I'm happy that wrestling is getting this type of attention, and yeah. But looking some other notable wins throughout the show. Bailey beat Io Sky, former Damage Control teammate for WWE Women's Championship. Logan Paul retained his U.S. Championship in a triple threat match versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens with an interference by Show Speed. Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, only to be defeated by Judgment Day Damian Priest, who cashed in his Money in the Bank contract. Sami Zayn defeated Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, ending his reign of 666 days. I did say the right number. Another big title reign ending. Jey Uso defeated his brother Jimmy Uso in a one-on-one match. The Awesome Truth won the Raw Tag Team Championship in a 16 ladder match, which was R-Truth's first time winning at WrestleMania. He's been part of the industry for over 20 years. And Rhea Ripley retained her women's World Heavyweight Championship against Becky Lynch. But now it's time in the episode for our 5-minute fire tape. This week's 5-minute fire tape, we're looking at the West play-in picture. This season's come to a close, and the West play-in picture is very close. Currently, the New Orleans Pelicans are 6, 47, 32. In the West, Phoenix Suns are 7th at 46 and 33. Sacramento Kings are 8th, 45 and 34. Los Angeles Lakers are 9th, 45 and 35. The Golden State Warriors are 10th in the West, and their record is 44 and 35. All of these teams have 2 to 3 games remaining at the time of this recording on Wednesday night. What do you think about the current West play-in picture? Or who do you think will end up where? Looking for the timer. Your 5 minutes starts now.
6 seed. I wanted, and I believe it's going to be the New Orleans Pelicans. They're going to play the Thunder in the first round. That's what I want to see. 7 seed. I believe the Suns is going to beat anybody they meet in the play-in. Their first play-in game. They're going to beat anybody. The Kings, I think they're the phony team in here. I think the Lakers beat the Warriors. Then the Lakers take the Kings, and the Lakers make the 8 seed in the playoffs and lose 4 again to the Nuggets, which is very sad, but that's going to happen.
What do you think about the Warriors? You don't
they losing.
The Warriors?
No, they losing, bro. They losing. They losing. They out of there. They lose. They ain't winning 2 games. Nah. They 2 games.
Yeah, that is a lot.
LeBron, I give LeBron 2 games, but the Warriors, not 2 games.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a lock. I thought the Lakers was gonna be able to move up and maybe get the 7 or 8 seed, before the play-in tournament, but they just lost 2 games in the West, so that's probably not going to happen. They still have 2 games left against the Grizzlies and the Pelicans, but I don't know the streak that they on now. They may win 1, lose 1. Maybe they win 2. I don't know, but it's still 2.5 games back from the 6th spot. I want to say they're probably a half a game back from the Kings. So depending on what the Kings and the Lakers do as far as wins and losses over the next 3 games, they could either switch spots. But for me, as far as just the playoffs in general, the play-in in general, I'll probably say that the Pelicans stay in the 6th spot. I got the Suns. Suns can stay at 7. Have you heard what they've been saying about the Suns?
What they've been saying about the Suns?
They said They said ever since the eclipse happened, the Suns ain't been playing right. They said the Clips been messing with the Suns, bro.
Nigga, it was one night, and they popped back up. Like they lost by 13.
They haven't won a game. When was the Eclipse? Monday.
Was
and
it?
The Eclipse was Monday.
Did they win? Did they win today?
I don't know.
The game should be just ending. Like the Clippers, they playing the Suns again.
Let me see. It's 55-51 Suns at the end of the second quarter.
Suns gonna win the game, bro.
Why do you say that?
Because it's the Suns, bro. They better than the Clippers.
You think Westbrook gonna let KD win?
Westbrook just talking, bro. Like, come on, man. He ain't even reading they won yet.
I don't know the whole record, but Westbrook when KD and Westbrook play each other, Westbrook usually
in the regular season. In the regular season, if they ever play in the playoffs, you know what's going on.
Did they play in the playoffs? Did they play in the playoffs last year? Didn't they?
Did they?
The Suns and the Clippers, didn't they play in the playoffs last year? I can't remember who won.
Westbrook didn't even play for the Clippers last year, did he?
Yeah, he did. He got traded mid-season last year.
Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah, he definitely. I'm tripping.
I'm trying to remember. That was a very forgettable series. I'm trying to remember who. The Clippers win? I want to say the Suns. Oh no, we have to. Oh, I can look that up.
The Suns lost to the Nuggets, bro. Nah, the Suns did play the Clippers, and then KD won in the playoffs, bro. It was like 4-1. That was like the first round. Well, wasn't that the first round?
It was, yeah. Phoenix won 4-1. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I know what I'm talking
about. All right, but yeah, I got the same lineup as you for the play-in. I got Pelicans 6, Suns 7, Lakers 8, Kings. Yeah, Kings 9, then the Warriors 10. I got the Warriors missing playoffs. So yeah, how much time we got left? 15 seconds to spare. It's recently been reported that John Calipari is leaving Kentucky to become the head coach at the University of Arkansas. Calipari has been head coach at Kentucky since 2009, won the 2012 NCAA championship, and made a total of 4 Final Four appearances for UK. He went 410 and 123 in 15 seasons with Kentucky. UK had 2 disappointing first round losses in recent years. They lost to number 14 Oakland in the first round this year, and lost to 15 seeded St. Peter's 2 years ago. They last made an Elite 8 in 2019, and they last made a Final Four in 2015. During Calipari's time in Kentucky, he has coached Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyrese Maxey, Julius Randle, John Wall, Bam Adebayo, DeMarcus Cousins, Karl-Anthony Towns, Malik Monk, Tyler Hero, Eric Bledsoe, PJ Washington, Jamal Murray, and Emmanuel Quickley. He has had 35 first-round picks altogether. What do you think about Calipari moving on from Kentucky and joining the Arkansas Razorbacks?
Man, you know that man. Everybody he ever coached.
He had some hitters.
Calipari, he left Kentucky. I mean, because he was just doing less with what he had. I mean,
right.
I believe they parted ways because like he couldn't get him over the hump no more.
Yeah. It was fairly mutual. Kentucky, they couldn't fire him because they would have had to own like $30 million. But if he would have voluntarily left and signed somewhere else, then he could have. They didn't have to. They didn't owe him anything.
Oh yeah, so he's just being a great guy, man. Arkansas. I just watched a little interview. I was on the way here. Arkansas only has 1 player on their roster.
Oh really?
They only have 1 active player on their roster. So I mean, I think he gonna bring them, them overtime elite guys that have signed with Kentucky. They just decommitted and they made them all American. So I believe they're gonna come from there and then come to Arkansas. So Arkansas should be pretty spicy next year.
Yeah, I think it was a good move. He's staying in the SEC. So that's Power 6. That's a lot of money involved. I don't know if you noticed, but Arkansas they got a couple huge boosters. Obviously, Walmart is based in Arkansas, so he got that money coming in. Tyson Foods, the people that make the frozen chicken tenders and chicken sandwiches and all that, they is Arkansas booster. Um, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, he's an Arkansas booster. So he got money for them NIL deals to get some players to come to Kentucky, and then not Kentucky, Arkansas, and then I'm sure he got a lot of guys that's, as you said, decommitting from Kentucky going to Arkansas with him, and I just think it's a good move. Sometimes you just um with a group organization for so long that it's just you wear tired and you just need another change of scenery. And I think this is going to be good for both Kentucky and Arkansas. It's not like Arkansas is chopped liver. They're not a blue blood like Kentucky, but they won a couple national championships in the '90s. I want to say this year they made the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16, one of them, and they have good tournament history. So he's not going somewhere that's not a Arkansas. Not a basketball school and doesn't have basketball tradition. So hopefully Cal can do some stuff for Arkansas. I'm sure anything that he can do for Arkansas would be great for him. Going to our next topic, Micah Parsons is reportedly wearing thin with the Cowboys. Shan Sheriff of 105.3 The Fan, the radio station that Jerry Jones often appears on during the NFL season, shared some interesting statements about Cowboys All-Pro outside linebacker Micah Parsons. Quote, I'm talking about at least 4 different people who have told me that Micah has worn thin there. I don't know how much is true and how much it actually hurts. I don't know whether this is the behavior of a typical superstar. I don't know how damaging it is, but all I do know is this. I've heard from way too many people that if Michael Parsons was out of there will be a decent amount of people inside smiling or breathing a sigh of relief. What do you think about these reports with Michael Parsons and the Cowboys?
It's scary, man, because I miss the Cowboys heavy. Michael's one of those guys on that team that if you lose him, yeah, Dak might have to go too, Might be the end of the Cowboys.
What was the beginning of the Cowboys?
Bro, the Cowboys has been a solid top 8 team every season.
That's fine, but has it translated to an NFC championship?
You're a Packer fan, bro. Remember that.
I'm not a Packer fan.
Wait, who are you?
I'm a Titans fan, and I'm a wherever Aaron Rodgers goes fan.
So you was a Packers fan.
And as far as I'm concerned, Aaron Rodgers has won a championship more recently than the Cowboys, and the Titans have went to a championship game more recently than the Cowboys.
Have they?
Yeah, they went against Patrick Mahomes in 2019 or 2020, one of those years.
I think no. Is that true, Kim?
Yes, I remember that.
I could have sworn it was like the round before that.
No, it was AFC Championship game. We was one game away from the freaking Super Bowl with the Derrick Henry's best year.
Yeah, you say so.
Anyways, for my take on this topic, I know Micah is a bit different than what the Cowboys, what all pro players on the Cowboys have been like in the last 2 decades. He isn't shy. He's gonna say how he feels. He's not nobody's gonna shut up and do whatever Jerry Jones and his family says. He's gonna say how he feels. He got the podcast. He's going to talk about the other teams. He's going to talk about what his team isn't doing. And that's, I'm sure, uncomfortable for a lot of people that's in the Cowboys organization or is around the Cowboys organization. So, I mean, if they don't want to pay him, if they feel like they can, trade them, which they usually don't do. They don't usually trade their superstars, but if they feel like they can, if they want to get them out of there, which I don't think they will. They usually don't do that. Is their loss. He's had a little bit of a dip his third season compared to his first two seasons, but he's still a great all-pro linebacker. You can put him on the left side, right side. You can put him on the line, blitz him, put him on the edge. He's just an all-around defensive weapon in the front seven. So, great player. If Cowboys decide they want to move on from him, it's their loss. Next, Deestroying. San Antonio Brahmas kicker and internet football influencer Donald De La Haye, also known as Deestroying, fractured his neck while making a tackle in a game against the Memphis Showboats this past weekend. This injury will most likely end his first season as a pro football player, where he's only played 2 games. What is your reaction to this incident?
Deestroying, he popped it.
It was nice. It was nice.
But when you think about it, I went back and watched it, after I seen the neck burst, I went to the next slide. Man, that was a horrible tackle.
Yeah.
He hit him with nothing but neck. He didn't even drop his shoulder. He just lunged his neck at him. He tried to kill him.
He's been. I don't know when his last year of college ball was, but I'm sure he's just been kicking every day. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been in real kickoff situations where he, got to tackle somebody. I'm sure, this is his second game as a pro. He hyped up and, he sees the time to make a tackle. And when I first watched it, I watched it the day of. So when I saw the tackle, I was like, "Ooh, he popped him." But then, later on when they said, he fractured his neck or whatever off that tackle, I had to go back and look. I'm like, "Oh yeah, he did hit with straight helmet, just head first to the guy's knees." And it's an example of you gotta practice your tackle form. So I feel bad for him. This is just the second game as being a professional football player. I don't think he's gonna be able to come back this season. But I really hope that he's able to come back next year and the Brahmas or some other team in the UFL gives them a chance. What you think about the UFL? You've been checking out the UFL this season?
No, I haven't been checking out the UFL. Why would I watch the UFL?
It's on the football like that right now in my life, Trent.
You right.
And then Memphis. Memphis finally got a professional football team. So, I got support. Speaking of Memphis, Marc Gasol recently got his jersey retired. Memphis Grizzlies legendary center Marc Gasol had his number 33 jersey retired this past weekend. Gasol played 11 seasons in Memphis, where he was a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, 1-time All-Defensive Team, and the 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. After his midseason trade to the Toronto Raptors in 2019, he helped the Raptors win their first franchise NBA championship. Gasol is the second player to have his jersey retired by the Grizzlies, joining Zach Randolph and his number 50 jersey being retired. What do you think about Marc Gasol's career with the Grizzlies?
Marc Gasol, he had a decent career with the Grizzlies. He was a solid player the whole time he was there. But a jersey retirement is crazy. And then when you say, no, bro, no, you can't just retire anybody's jersey, bro. Everybody gonna have to relocate in 15 years because you retiring everybody's jersey. Like, come on, bro. You can't retire everybody.
He's literally like probably.
That's like the Cavs trying like Kevin Love jersey or something.
No, they ain't retire Kevin. But they gotta understand, Cavs got too much of a history. The Grizzlies just became a franchise in 2001 with a Memphis.
Instead of trying to retire jerseys, why do you have two jerseys retired for two people?
This is only the second jersey that's been retired,
They don't deserve it.
How does he don't deserve it? He's part of the first good team that Memphis ever had. Bro, when you don't know when Memphis gonna get a ring, bro. You don't know when Memphis gonna get a ring.
Never. Not right now. They're gonna be in Nashville before they get a ring.
They're not moving to Nashville.
They're gonna go back to Vancouver.
They're not going back to Vancouver. 9 times out of 10, if they move somewhere.
Seattle.
No, it ain't gonna be Seattle. Seattle, they gonna get their own thing. It's probably gonna be somewhere in the Eastern Conference. I know in the Western Conference they're trying to get a team in Seattle and they're trying to get a team in Las Vegas, which means most likely Memphis probably gonna be moved.
To the East.
Yes, to the Eastern Conference. Memphis is literally the only team in the. Well, no, I'm lying. What am I?
It's another. I think New Orleans is kind of like in there.
No, New Orleans. They're on the other side of the Mississippi River. I want to say Memphis is the only team on the eastern side of the Mississippi River, unless Minnesota. I'm not sure if Minnesota's on the east side of Mississippi River, but yeah. So I mean, I always thought Memphis is in a weird spot to be in the Western Conference, but it would be great if for me as a Memphis fan to be in the more weaker Eastern Conference. But getting back on track with Marc Gasol, as a Grizzlies fan, Marc Gasol means a lot to me. It's probably, if not the greatest Grizzlies player, probably number 2 is between either him or Mike Conley. But Mike Conley never, was an all-star with the Grizzlies. Obviously.
So their best player never was an all-star, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Marc Gasol probably the best player because Mike never made an all-star team. Now, Zach Randolph, he's retired. He made 2 all-star teams with the Grizzlies.
So why they have a jersey retirement, Cameron? 2 names?
Bro,
Nick
Collison? You know Nick Collison?
Yes, I know Nick Collison. He got his
jersey retired with the Thunder. Why you don't got a problem with him?
I have a huge problem with that. I have a gigantic problem with it.
But you gotta understand, he's like the first. He's like the first Avenger for the Thunder. Like he's like the first Thunder player, Nick Collison. At least think about the people we could have. I understand you got mad that we retired OJ Mayo number or Rudy Gay number.
Might as well.
They never made an all-star.
You might well retire John number on his back. Like just let him like wear the number and retire. Like you already earned it to me if you give these guys. What? Bro,
Marc Gasol has been to 3 all-stars. He's a 2-time All-NBA, a 1-time All-Defensive Player, and a 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. Everybody don't have a ring. Okay, so you telling me that Vince Carter don't deserve his jersey retired with the Raptors?
How many all-star selections Vince Carter got?
With the Raptors? Probably like 3, honestly.
Like 6.
With the Raptors?
No, I mean not probably solely with the Raptors, but as a career.
No, but I'm saying it's not about his career. It's about what you did with the franchise, Jeremy.
No, he still did more. He still did more than. I don't even agree with that, bro. What you mean? That's not. You can't even use that example. Like Vince Carter, bro. You're not supposed to have his jersey retired. I don't even agree with that.
He was a one. He was a 5-time All-Star with the Raptors.
And I still don't think he should have had his jersey retired.
It's not just about. I thought you wasn't even about winning. I thought you was about individual. I thought you wasn't about winning.
What did Vince Carter do individually? What did Marc Gasol do individually? He didn't make
three-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, first 1-time All-Defensive Team, 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. That's more than Vince Carter. We being honest.
No MVPs.
Vince Carter didn't win the MVP.
No scoring titles.
Okay.
One
defensive player of the year.
One
defensive player of the year. Defensive player of the year.
One defensive player.
Two-time All NBA.
Third team, possibly.
No, he was a one-time first team and a one-time second team.
That's nothing.
How's that nothing?
Because he was the first best center, then he was the second best center
in the whole league.
That was probably back to back
in the whole league.
How many years did he play? So in 11 seasons, you was only the best player on that team 2 times.
I wouldn't say that. What you talking about? He was probably. Now, when Zach Randolph first got there, when Zach Randolph first got there, he was the best player on the team. But then Marc Gasol, he kind of took over around 2012, 2013. They made the West Conference Finals in 2013. So he was probably the best player then. And then probably around 16, 17, when they paid Mike Conley, he was considered to be the best player on the team. But, it was going to be hard for him to make an all-star team, in the West when you got Chris Paul, Westbrook, Curry, Tony Parker. So Mike Conley was going to be an all-star guard in the West. So I can't hold that against him.
Bro, that was just next topic, bro. Next topic.
The Marcus. I'm not gonna let you disrespect Marc Gasol. This is where this is where the BS in. You're not disrespecting Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol is horrible. And
then think about the impact he had on the game. He was probably the first stretch 5, like the first true stretch 5. Bro, name a stretch 5 before Marc Gasol.
I can't.
Exactly.
I mean, I just don't. I don't remember the play styles of specific players.
I mean, the only big man that shot threes before Marc Gasol was Dirk, and he was a 4. Marc Gasol was the 5.
Yeah, it was Dirk. Yeah, it was definitely Dirk.
Marc Gasol was the 5. Dirk. There's a difference between the 4 and the 5.
But Dirk was the first big man, shooter.
Now you look at Kukoc.
It really was Larry, bro. Like
Larry was a 3. Larry was a 3.
He played down in the 4 too, bro.
No, he didn't. That was Kevin McHale.
He like 6'9", wasn't it, bro?
That's LeBron height. That's a 4. That's a 3.
LeBron played the 4 a lot for the Lakers.
The Lakers. That's Anthony Davis' spot. What are you talking about?
Eddie plays the 5. Hayes
he plays the 5 now. Yeah. He plays the 5 now.
Hayes come off the bench and LeBron plays the 4. It's not weird for a 6'9".
He's not really a 4. I mean, it's not weird for a 6'9" 4, but Larry Bird and LeBron are 2 different body shapes.
He was considered a long, lengthy shooter. That's what I'm getting at.
He was a 3.
He was a long, lengthy shooter.
He was a 3.
Oh my God.
He was 6'8", 6'9". Dirk is 6'11".
6'9", 6'10".
Dirk is 6'11". Larry Bird wasn't 6'10".
He was 6'9".
He was 6'8", 6'9".
He was taller than Magic. Magic was 6'8".
Magic was 6'9". They were the same height.
Then Larry was 6'10".
Larry was not 6'10".
He was basically taller than Magic, bro.
No,
he's not. He was taller than Magic Johnson.
No, he wasn't. Hold on.
It's gonna tell you they both 6'9", but
yeah, they both 6'9".
Larry's probably 6'9" and a half, bro.
Larry was not that damn tall, bro.
Like he was taller than Magic,
bro. They're like the same height. I'm looking at them right now.
But Larry is visibly taller.
Bro, probably talking about Marc Gasol, but why you keep trying to change the subject?
Because you.
This is Marc Gasol's day. The Memphis Grizzlies is great.
You are treating Marc Gasol like a mechanical bull right now.
What does that mean? Pause.
You gotta think deeply about it.
Pause.
No, did it? But man, like Marc Gasol he ain't worth that, bro.
He's not worth getting his jersey retired by Memphis Grizzlies.
No.
Who's worth getting their jersey retired by Memphis Grizzlies if not Marc Gasol?
Nobody.
Why?
You could have probably can retire Dylan Brooks, like
Dylan.
Like,
it's time for next topic for real now.
It is.
All right. Well, at the conclusion of last week's episode, we talked about Caitlin Clark getting offered by the Big Three. I mentioned that I thought that the Big Three was cool. I like watching the Big Three. And you disagree with me. You said that you don't like the Big Three. You said you don't understand the Big Three. You feel like that there was a league out there for 4v4 that it would be better. And we argued about 3v3 basketball versus 4v4 basketball. And I said that I will create a poll so viewers of our accounts can vote on is 3v3 or 4v4 basketball better. On my Snapchat, I made the poll: would you rather play 3v3 or 4v4 basketball? The results were 50-50. It was evenly 50% and 50%. On my Instagram, I asked, what pickup game do you play the most out of 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, and 5v5? 3v3 won 50%. 2v2 was second at 22%. 4v4 was third at 17%. 5v5 was fourth at 11%. What is your reaction to those results?
Sure. 4v4 is the superior game. You bring
I
six
understand,
people
bro.
to the court with you. You pull up in 2 cars, you bring 6 people to the court with you. Y'all play 3-on-3. More people come. They say pick up one for the next game. You pick up a person off the losing team that you came with, but you mess with him and you wanted to be him to be on your team the whole time. You pick him up on the winning team. Then 4 people get on the court and play them, bro. It's 4-on-4, bro. That's just perfect logic in the hood, bro. 4-on-4. Nobody's running threes, bro. That's too small for half court, bro. It's too much space, bro. And then it's like you get to that awkward amount of play. Like, man, do I go hard on this? That no playing 1-on-1. There's so much space on the court. Like, ain't nobody gonna pull up. So like, it's like crazy. Like, especially you playing against somebody you don't want to embarrass in front of the house. You feel me? Like, you can't just go crazy on them, bro. You can, but like, bro, 4-on-4 is just it's easier, bro. And then some people like to hide. You got that one guy just grab rebounds and 4-on-4. Right? I don't know.
I don't want nobody to hide. I don't want nobody to hide.
Nah, you don't want nobody to hide with that.
I don't want nobody to hide to pick up. In 3v3, the reason why it is the superior pickup basketball sport is that you have 3 identified positions. You have a guard, you have a forward, and you have a big man. Then nobody can hide. Everybody has to play a role in 3v3. You can set screens. You can run small sets.
Small sets. Okay.
You have a guy that can play off the ball. It's not 2v2 where it's just both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can play a 2-man game in 3-on-3, but you have a guy that's playing off the ball. You have an open shooter. You have a guy that can just rebound, but he's being active. In 4v4, it is awkward.
How?
How can you identify 4 positions in 4v4? That's not
pick up basketball. There are no positions, Cameron.
I know, Bums.
The best scorer is the point guard. You can be 6'9". If you're the best scorer, you're the guard, bro. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, nobody cares about position. Like,
I'm not saying
small shooter usually is the small forward. Like, he's 5'11", but he's a small forward because he can't do nothing but shoot. He can't hoop. Like, he's only a shooter. Like, bro, 4-on-4 gives you the ability to be free with the positions. 3-on-3,
you can be free in 3v3.
No, bro, you big man, middle man, point guard, bro.
That's basketball. That's the basics of basketball.
It's not pick up basketball.
That is pick up basketball.
Pick up basketball contains.
I don't want nobody hide to pick up basketball. You can hide it for you. I don't like it.
Why do you not like that?
I I don't like. I don't
So,
like.
okay, your team get 3 straight baskets. You get 3 straight baskets. You want to chill. You gotta know you almost got another score on your team because it's another win for 2 scores on the team.
No.
You got a guard, 2 scores, and you got a big man. And one of the scores can defend and he can get rebounds, bro. One of the scores are like a LeBron type, KD type player, Giannis type player. Like,
those are 3 completely different players. Those are 3 completely different players.
I am naming them in the name of being all around players, bro. All around players. I'm naming all around players. Like they can score and defend any position. That's what I would name it.
KD can't defend every position. KD can't.
He can defend the center better than LeBron can.
That sounds ridiculous. That sounds
no.
I've seen LeBron play Tony Parker and Tim Duncan in the same final series.
That's
twice.
He's a 4. He's a 4.
But I'm saying he can defend Tony Parker.
Can he defend
and Tim Duncan? Two top 50 NBA players of all time.
Can he defend Embiid and Wembanyama?
KD so can defend Embiid and Wembanyama.
He can defend one of them.
No,
he can defend Wembanyama.
He cannot defend Wembanyama. Stop it. He cannot.
He had Wembanyama to less points than LeBron would. He had 40 on Bron. He had 27 on KD.
LeBron doesn't guard Wembanyama. LeBron doesn't guard Wembanyama.
Why doesn't he guard Wembanyama?
Because why would he guard Wembanyama? KD don't guard Wembanyama.
Yes, he did. You don't remember the shot? He had his hand in his face. It was on Instagram, man.
But he wasn't playing him the whole game.
I watched the game, Cameron. Yes, he did. Every time they was in the game together, that's who guarded who, bro. I watched the game, Cameron. That was like the first game I watched this season, bro. Like, be for real.
Now, did the Spurs beat
No, they just when the Spurs.
The Spurs didn't beat the Suns.
No, I'm talking about the game I watched. This was when the Spurs were horrible.
The Spurs been horrible. They just beat up on the Suns. The Spurs
didn't they beat the Lakers,
huh?
Didn't they beat the Lakers, bro?
What they got to do with them beating the Suns?
They beat almost everybody one time.
So they beat the Suns more. Hold on.
Actually, I think they beat the Thunder most, which is kind of crazy.
Who?
The Spurs. I think they beat
the Spurs. I think
they were 3-1. They're like 2-2. Nah, cause we won tonight.
No, the Spurs 3-1 against the Suns.
The Suns, of course. They can whoop the Suns. I'm talking about the Thunder. I think they were 2-2 against the Thunder.
Who, the Spurs?
Yeah, I think they got 2. Yeah. They show good. They show great flashes of being a great team, man.
Who?
The Spurs.
Yeah, I see it. Only thing about it is, I can tell there's a lot of guys on Spurs like for Wemby. Because there's a lot of examples where I've seen, while I watch the games and like they will ice the Wemby out. That's gonna be something that they're gonna have to fix. I think the Spurs, because they're such a young team, you know what I'm saying, and Pop is really the only veteran that's there. They're gonna need some veteran players to come in and set things straight, because it's not gonna be right. The locker room was full of young guys and there's no vet player that's sharing the locker room with them that's keeping everything together. I think they're gonna have to add a couple of vets in the next season or next couple seasons whenever they decide to get right with Wemby. What you think about Wemby? What's your takeaways from Wemby's rookie season?
Yeah, it's like one of the best seasons of all time. It's rookie, man. It's amazing. Better than D Rhodes MVP season.
D Rhodes wasn't a rookie.
I'm saying, but D Rhodes MVP season was funny. I just wanted to put that out
there. Why would D Rhodes MVP season funny?
Because LeBron had a better season that year.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I just feel like It was just D Rose's year, like as far as media and you know the games that year. But he was the first player since Jordan to take the Bulls, you know, as far as they went. And the Bulls haven't been anywhere since D Rose, if you think about it, because even when Jimmy Butler was leading the team for those couple of years.
Wait till next year, you know, my boy Zoe coming back, you know. Wait till next year. You know.
So Zach Levine finna be gone.
That's good. He was the one selling the games. Nigga was shooting like 29% from three.
So what Zoe and D Rose? I mean not D Rose. DeRozan gonna do?
DeRozan gonna continue to shoot 55% from the mid range, which he always does, which is amazing. And you know, Zoe, the best point guard defender in the league. You gotta stop forgetting that, man.
Drew Holiday?
Not messing with Lonzo, bro. No. Ooh, that's not a comparison.
Drew Holiday did it in the finals.
Who cares, Cameron?
I thought you care about winning. So how you gonna care about winning and now you don't care about winning no more?
When it comes
to Marc Gasol and the Grizzlies, it's about winning.
Because we talking individual right now.
Well, Marc Gasol is an individual.
Marc Gasol is horrible, bro.
Horrible at what?
Marc Gasol, bro. He was decent like 5 years. He had like 5 to 7 years because he was decent, bro.
What about Zoe? How many years he had that was decent?
Every year he was in the league. He has got progressively better every year he's in the league.
When the last time he played basketball?
I was like in the 10th grade. But that means nothing.
So when was our rookie year? Our 7th grade year?
Damn, that's kind of crazy.
So it was our 7th grade year. LeBron came. All right, 8th. LeBron went to the Lakers our 8th grade year. I want to say.
No, LeBron went to the Lakers in 2020. Bro.
LeBron went to the Lakers in 2018.
That was our 7th grade. Cause we was 9th grade 2020.
We was going to 8th grade in 2018. We was going to 8th grade, and that was. Yeah, when we was going to 8th grade, he went to the Lakers, and that was his first year. And then our 9th grade year, AD went to the Lakers, and then that was the bubble year, and they won the championship. And Zoe was in New Orleans. So he really only played 4 years. He really only played 4.5 years because the first year he went to the Bulls, he got hurt, and that was 2 seasons ago.
But next season, he's gonna come back and be the best point guard in the league, man.
So how does it? But how does it compare to Marc Gasol having three All Stars, 2 All NBAs, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 1 defensive team? How does that compare?
Bro.
I was just saying, like,
one more time, bro.
I'm just saying, not adding up, bro. It's not adding up, bro.
He don't deserve.
Not to mention, he was all-decade center in the 2010s.
Does that mean he needed a jersey retirement? No.
I would think so. You the best center in a decade.
They might well retire.
Beating Dwight Howard, DeMarcus Cousins.
Hey, this my jersey right here. Retired for
DeAndre Jordan.
I ain't did but 8 episodes on this podcast, but retire my jersey. Like I think everybody.
What happened to the Atlanta hoodie? You got a uniform. You did Atlanta hoodie for the last 3 episodes. You had a uniform, bro.
It's retired, bro. It's retired. Yeah, they retired it. Yeah.
You had a uniform. Let's go ahead and rip this episode up. This was episode 8 of the Fan Take on Kam and Tweety. We'll see you again next time.
Okay, see, I'm in the thunder. I be feeling like I'm chick. Switch up like KD, Draymond. Don't give me a tick. Double team, bitch, send your bitch. Hooping like I'm on the net. Working hard, can't get no rest. I wrapped it right off my chest.